Hiya Tom, lovely to meet up with you and do some work on your game up at the range. As promised, just a quick recap on the key parts that we worked on. First thing we notice here, we're trying to get some consistency after a layoff during the game. So what we're going to try and do is get the arms and the body working much better. And what I'm seeing here is a player whose swing has too much upward movement. So the club works back too straight and the club is swung to a position that's very much over the top of the right shoulder, and the gap between the arm and the torso at this point is too wide. During the downswing, that first move now, the body sort of stalls, the hips tuck under, and that arm goes back against the rib cage. Problem when we do that is the club gets stuck behind us, and now what we've got to do is flash at it with the hands as we come through the golf ball. So it just gets a little bit untidy. Because of your height, your build, if you will, the rhythm of the golf swing, it's an aesthetically pleasing swing, but as you've experienced yourself, it's just not the most consistent, shall we say, machine in the world at the moment. So if we take a little look at what a more consistent ball striker would do, there would be more of an inward movement on the way back, almost like the hands and the butt of the club is swinging to a point that's more behind the right shoulder. Club traces a slight inward path, hands working inwards and upwards, and as a result the gap between the arm and the torso doesn't change. Top of the bicep still attached. I'll just zoom that one in. Top of the bicep attached to the torso, top of the bicep separated from the torso. From there now, this player doesn't really need to tuck the hips to allow the arms to catch up, and everything looks a little bit more as it should coming into the impact position. So what we've done is here we've put, first of all, a glove under the right arm to try and maintain that pressure point, and we've asked you to swing to a point that's actually slightly behind your right shoulder at the top of your golf swing. So still a little bit too much of a straight back move. You did make better takeaways than that, to be fair, but this top of the backswing position was looking much better and much tighter. So if we take a little look at the top now, you can see straight away the things that you were talking about, being quite across the line, arms working quite upright, obviously the big gap between the arms. What we've got now, the arms working much more in sympathy with what the shoulders are doing. The gap beneath your arm and your torso is nowhere near as dramatic, and more importantly the club is nicely in line with your hands at that point. So the big change, as we said, where is the pressure, who do we look the most like? Really nice comparison at that point. So maintaining the pressure under the right arm, swinging to a point just behind the right shoulder, inward and upward rather than just upward. So from here the club drop very much beneath us, and on this one there's going to be an element of that because we've always done it. Slightly less of a drop because we don't need to anymore. The club now starting to line up a little bit more with the hands coming into impact. The right heel much less off the ground coming into impact because the body doesn't need to tuck to allow the arms to catch up. Starting to look more like your player up on the top right. We just synchronise these swings on the way through. Club coming less from the inside, much less of a flash at it with the hands. Lower exit through the body. Still elements of your old swing in there, but we can work those in, or work those out, should I say, as we progress. Overall, much better position at the top. We'll just play that back to the top, just as a finisher. The positions you arrive at now, the top of the backswing, what we class as P4, massively improved, much more connected, much more on plane, and as a result, potential to be much more consistent. Well done. Keep it up. See you soon.